Hello everyone, this is the RPG Monger, and I'm not going to waste any of your guys' time. The second trailer for the live-action movie for Diamond Unbreakable just came out. I've heard that stands are in this one, so I was holding off making a video on this, so I'm gonna do it now because if stands are in this, then I need to give this a good analysis. So let's just get into it. Alright, so literally in the beginning of the trailer, we get a sneak peek at Crazy Diamond, or at least his fist. So we could just pretty much gauge the quality of the CG with that said fist. So let's just take a look at it here for a second. Now this gives me hope, because while yes, we still haven't seen the body just yet, maybe we do later in the trailer, just the fist though, it looks pretty detailed. You can actually see the texture of Crazy Diamond's quote-unquote skin. And once again with the scene of Josuke punching the delinquents, while it is fast, I'm gonna make it in slow motion here. It is a bit blurry, but I have hopes. I have pretty high hopes now. Like before I had my hopes at an all-time low because, come on, live action movies of an anime never works out. But this, I'm pretty hopeful. Let's see what else is here. Oh, and a side note here, I really like that effect with him walking by and he was healed afterwards. I'm really liking how they're structuring this movie. It's a bit different from the manga, but so far it's nothing too heinous. Also, something I'm really glad about, a lot of the scenes here are pretty faithful to the counterparts in the manga, like Josuke being crowded by all the girls that admire him. Oh, and another note here, the acting in this. So far, from what I'm seeing with Koichi's expressions, like with Yukako inching closer to him with the desk, the acting isn't bad. I would expect the acting to be, you know, not the best from something like this, but no, I'm being pleasantly surprised right now. Oh, and they showed Jotaro stopping time. The effects aren't even bad. I mean, it doesn't take a lot to make that effect, but still, it's pretty good. You know, it's really funny seeing a real-life human being disposing like that, all serious like. Alright, and then yeah, we have a bit of recreated scenes here and there with Jotaro looking at the picture of Aqua Necklace, and then the police cars around what I assume to be when Aqua Necklace possessed that one guy by the store. And here, ladies and gentlemen, we have the very first Aqua Necklace full body. Well, kind of full body. But no, this gives us a good idea of the quality overall of the CG. And you know what? I am surprised. I expected this to be a train wreck, but honestly, after seeing this, I mean, it's obvious that it's CG, but it's better than I expected, and that's good in my book. Oh, okay, this isn't in the manga. Okay, this is a strange scene, but it kind of makes sense. I mean, it kind of doesn't, but it kind of does in a way. So this is Angelo eating with Okuyasu's big brother, Keijo. So, I mean, this would kind of make sense given their relation, because Keijo gave Angelo his stand. But still, this is interesting, because here's my deal with this. I'm fine with adding stuff that isn't in the manga, as long as it's not stupid. But taking things away from the manga, that's where I start getting a bit angry. Because that's what most of these live-action anime movies do. Usually due to time restraints, and since this is going to be more than one part, like movie-wise, then they're not going to have that issue. And another thing here that kind of confused me, the setting they have him in with like the house being all like pretty and crap, that's a bit of a change, isn't it? With before it being just a dump and now it looking all fancy and everything. That's an interesting change. I don't know what brought that one up, but I mean, you know, it's fine by me, I guess. Oh, there he is. There's Okuyasu with a quality smile. Oh, there's Crazy Diamond again, breaking the bottle and trapping Angelo's stand. Taking a closer look at the hand, it really looks like a bodysuit because how it looks like fabric, the skin. If it's a bodysuit, then they're gonna have to make it look at least decent. Because let me take you on a bit of a trip here. Back to the Attack on Titan live action with Titan Eren literally being a bodysuit and it being the worst thing ever. If this is like that, then throw out all of my praises for this movie, because that would be the worst slap in the face. Now, once again, with Aqua Necklace looking pretty good, with that whole sequence of being inside of Josuke's mom's mouth, like, it looks pretty decent. Not to mention with him, like, going into the water. For how close up it is, the detail is pretty nice. Then yeah, after showing Josuke's grandfather dying, we get more shots of Aqua Necklace, which, I'm gonna say, the CG with, like, the water behind him trailing, like, shooting out of, like, the little puddles in the ground, that doesn't look too good. I know I'm being a bit nitpicky here, so take it all with a grain of salt really, but I don't know how I feel about that. So here we have a bit of a glimpse of Bad Company, and wow, I've gotta say, it's not that bad. It seems like they've got a pretty decent hold of making stands with the CG. I mean, that was my biggest worry. I think that was everyone's biggest worry, that the stands would just go to garbage with the CG. But no, Bad Company, let me have this in slow-mo here for a bit. Like, you can even see the heads of the soldiers. I'll point them out. I don't know, maybe it's just me going insane, but no, I swear that's the head of the soldier. Oh, and not to mention, they actually give us a bit of a glimpse, not of the hand, but of its power with the sign. Okay, so here's another shot that pertains to the manga, which, interestingly enough, wasn't in the manga, but it still fits in with the story with the funeral, which I assume is of Josuke's grandfather, so that's an interesting addition. Here we have a kind of full body shot of Crazy Diamond. Granted, it's really quick. It's like super quick, can't say for sure, but it looks pretty good. Like the detail on all of that, it's way better than I would think it would be. Okay, so then the trailer pretty much ends with a couple of shots being adapted to the live action movie from the manga, which is always a cool thing. But of course, they had to put in a greato daze. Because why wouldn't they? They had to, just by tradition, by JoJo tradition. With the anime trailer and the live action movie trailer, they had to. And at the very end, we got a way better clear image. I mean, not clear, but better image of Crazy Diamond. So let's just take a look here. So what I'm seeing here is it's a bit transparent, so I'm just kind of deducing this at this point, but it looks like a mix between bodysuit and CG, which is fine by me because from this image, it looks pretty fantastic. But okay, this trailer could just be good moments. The movie still could look horrible because they just could be cherry picking the best scenes from the movie. But if this is a good representation of what the movie will be, then my friends, I think we may be having an actually decently okay JoJo live action movie. And before I go, let me just give a bit of a summary, a wrap up if you will. So we saw Aqua Necklace for the first time, like completely animated in CG. We saw basically Crazy Diamond. I mean, all the scenes were really quick, but we pretty much got an idea that it looks pretty decent. And we saw Jotaro stopping time, which the effects weren't that bad there either. So overall, effects-wise, this movie seems to have quite a few things going for it. And while it may not do the part justice, because let's be real here, it's a live-action anime movie, they're known to not do anything. It may not be complete trash. And that, my friends, is a win in my book. And you know what the cool thing of the day is gonna be? The prospect that this movie won't be terrible. Because that's really a dream, isn't it? So that being said, I'm the RPG Monger, and don't forget that each and every one of you are fantastic.